This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law. Hello everyone, happy Friday, and welcome to tonight's Tiger Sports Livestream Network broadcast of a rivalry game here at TT Cranning. It is the South Tama Trojans coming to town to take on your Grinnell Tigers for the Battle of the Helmets, the annual rivalry that takes place between these two squads from Grinnell and Tama/Toledo areas. Blake Walker, Dan Walker, John Osborne running our camera tonight. We have got a great matchup tonight. Grinnell 1-1, South Tama 1-1, two teams that statistically on paper, this could be one of the closest games we've seen. The closest game in South Tama Grinnell history was just 8 points when it was a 14-6 win in the early 2000s by the Trojans. There's a lot to look forward to tonight. We'll get back to our little bit of a pregame show. We want to get through our commercials real quick. Also, we have a special presentation just before the game to commemorate September 11th and a little bit of a history on the rivalry of the Battle of the Helmets. All that and more coming up on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, third-generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit pollyi'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Pollyi's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The engine makes the power. The transmission sends it to the drive shaft. The drive shaft turns the gears. The gears turn the axles. The axles turn the wheels. Together it's the powertrain. And only at West Finch Auto Plaza, every bit of it has a 100% warranty. Forever. No parts, no labor, no deductible. You can't buy it. It comes with the car whether you want it or not. Only at West Finch Auto Plaza, where you always get a great deal and a great deal more.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and if you are like me, you have a busy schedule. So why wait around to get a prescription filled? At Medicap Pharmacy, we can call or text you when your prescriptions are ready. It's a free service that is available on request for any of our customers. Of course, we also have a convenient drive-through, free weekday deliveries, and free mail-outs as well. Just another great reason to make Medicap Pharmacy your pharmacy on Highway 6 West, Grinnell.
Hello, Tiger Nation. Skip Lowe with North Risk Partners, Bernie Loan Associates. So glad you could join us for this game and this little timeout. You know, the undeniable truth is the world is shifting, and I would say for the better. Please come join me. We'd love to find the captured capital within your benefit plans, within any insurance that you provide to yourself or your family members. Go Tigers, go Grinnell, let's win together.
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn. Life at the Mayflower community can be anything and everything you want it to be. From their first-class facilities featuring traditional apartments, patio homes, and the newly added water tower apartments for independent living, to the healthcare services including assisted living, healthcare center or rehab, complemented with food service options, exercise areas, administrative and nursing staff support, and the beautiful campus scenery. Visit today or give us a call and you will find out quickly that the Mayflower community is a place to call home.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
The Tiger Football Club is an organization that assists in the development of young athletes that participate in football in the Grinnell community through different types of fundraising, such as the Grinnell Lift-a-thon and its annual trivia night, bringing community leaders together to raise funds for different types of 7-on-7 travel teams, youth football league, fundraising for the kid captain. The Tiger Football Club would like to say, go Tigers. Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group, join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Blake with the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. We at the Tiger Sports Livestream Network want to help Grinnell High School to recover from these times with less fans in the stands for revenue to help fund the school's athletics. That's why we've set up a Tiger Sports Livestream Network Venmo account. If you want, we would greatly appreciate a donation to help Grinnell High School. It doesn't have to be $5, it doesn't have to be $500. We just want to help our Tiger athletes. At the end of every week, we will send the money we receive to Chris Kaufman and the entire GHS athletic department. We at the Tiger Sports Livestream Network will not keep a single penny. To donate, download the Venmo app on your Apple or Android device and search Tigers LSN-2020. We greatly appreciate any and every donation. Together, we can help recover from this crazy time. Thank you in advance, and go Tigers!
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Pauly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, West Finch Auto Plaza, Medicap Pharmacy, North Risk Partners, Bernie Lowe Associates, the Dairy Barn, Mayflower Community Homes, ASI Signs, the Tiger Football Club, the Grinnell Boosters, and our very own Venmo account. We are still on the pledge to fill those stands up, even though you're sitting at home watching. Our Venmo account right down there on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Or just go to our website at tigerslsn.com, and we have a little spot there. You can make a donation. All that money goes directly to the athletic department, and we're just trying to help fill back up off of everything that was lost last year. And, you know, to take advantage that you are watching the game and our sponsors pay for the broadcast. So just look at it as a little bit of token of a donation. Blake, back with live football.
Yes, we are back live football. Sorry, I was chatting with our cameraman, John. We're back. We're excited. Second straight home game. What a game. What a crowd tonight. The student section come out in full force with their red, white, and blue colors. Possibly a couple people. If you see in the background when we turn it, John, if you want to turn the camera toward the fire convention area over here to the right side. And I guess if you zoom in a little bit, it looks like there's a NASCAR race about to go on. There is an absolute tailgating party off just to the west of the football field, and that is no football party, that is no NASCAR race, that is the Iowa Firefighters Convention of 2021 taking place. They've had festivities all this week and tomorrow and Sunday a little bit.
Sunday,
usually
they just have a business meeting Sunday, but
usually wrap up.
You're looking kind of at the side of a campground, that 1,600 campsites. So,
and it is all temporary. It will all be gone after this weekend, slowly but surely. It's a great thing Grinnell's been able to put on. We're going to host it last year as well, hosted 2 years in a row, but COVID put an end to that and whatnot. So if you hear noises or anything else, it's probably just the firefighters over there having a great time partying the night away on this Friday evening. It is a beautiful night for football. The national anthem is about to take place. We are going to step away. We've created a short video to commemorate 20 years since the attacks of September 11th, and also a little bit of history about the Battle of the Helmets. We're doing this during the national anthem because we cannot play the national anthem due to copyright. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this short little video we put together. Time. How do we account for the time that has passed? Events, football scores, memories. 20 years ago, our lives changed. We woke up, we ate breakfast, we kissed our loved ones as they went to work, school, morning practices, in hope that in 8 hours we would see them again. However, time has brought us to learn that just 1 hour and 45 minutes into that workday, on September 11th, 2001, time would change our lives forever. The pictures, the videos, and the lives that were changed forever in the aftermath of a disaster on that day will lead us to never forget what happened 20 years ago. We look back at not just the bad that happened that day, but also look at the change of time in our lives coming together. Stories of the rescuers running into the building while everyone was running out. Stories of the cell phone calls and recordings of the last moments of lives in the World Trade Center buildings. And stories of those last-minute cell phone calls from passengers on the airplanes that left us in tears, and as the passengers were getting ready to overtake the terrorist on Flight 93 over that Pennsylvania field. These are memories that keep us alive. These are the memories that will help us remember what happened on that day, and we will never forget. Today and forever, we will remember 343 firefighters, 412 emergency workers, and the 2,242 citizens we lost on that fateful morning. It is our duty to never forget. Tonight, we come together as two football teams, as friends, gathering on a TT Cranny field in Grinnell, Iowa. Tonight, we celebrate the memory of a man named Steve Kriegel. To his memory of what he has done in two communities, 23 miles apart, two teams gather for the Battle of the Helmets. A game started in 1998 to honor the late Steve Kriegel as not only a football coach at Grinnell, but also an All-American football player for South Tama, who lost his life to pancreatic cancer in 1997. So tonight, we sit back and reflect on 20 years since that fateful day with our battles of loss, grief, and solitude. And tonight, we prepare for the battle on the field, for trophy, honor, and pride between the Grinnell Tigers and the South Tama Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Battle of the Helmets. We appreciate everyone for checking out that little video. We will again be posting that at halftime, and we will be posting that at the end of this game, probably tomorrow, as a separate thing. That was a lot of fun to put together. Written by my dad, voiced over by me. Obviously my dad, former firefighter here for Grinnell, and former player on the South Tama Trojans football team. Just means a lot for all of us. This game, this day, very important to a lot of us. And as you can see over there, in honor of the fire convention and just kind of the weekend, that is a Grinnell Tiger fire truck used and created by Mr. Loudon. And it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. I thought it was just a normal fire truck and they wrapped it, which it is, but it is completely wrapped in the orange and black, and I assume you will see it in the homecoming parade for sure of what the cheerleaders will ride on, because if that's not the coolest thing, I don't know what is. And the thing is, I wonder where they're going to put it as over the years if you just kind of leave it over there. But that's a really cool addition that's added tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. South Tama, quick little stat breakdown, 1-1. Their win coming against Sadell last week, 33-0. Their loss coming to week 1 against West Marshall, 45-6. Grinnell 1-1, got a 37-34 victory in double overtime against Benton in week 1, and fell to Harlan last week, 56-7. The main guys you got to watch for tonight on Grinnell's side, it's Cole Johnson, 44 attempts, 211 yards. He was quiet last week in Harlan, but all of Grinnell was pretty quiet last week. And for the Trojans, it's Kyler Smith, the senior quarterback. Kyler is a guy on a mission. He's only 5'8", he's 145 pounds, but he's all might. He's a lightning bolt. If Grinnell had nightmares about Joey Moser last week, they might have nightmares about Kyler, because Kyler is really solid. He'll be really good in the backfield. I'm excited to see what South Tama does When I talked to Coach Stenberg over the week, his key for this game, let's get to the end, because he thinks Grinnell can outrun South Tama. South Tama's roster, only just over 20 kids. Not a lot of kids on South Tama's roster this season, but don't tell that to them, because they are quite confident that this could be the year they snap their little streak. They've lost to Grinnell 3 straight years, including a 48-13 loss last season in Marshalltown. If you remember, we had to go down there for the derecho because of the damage here. Last time Tama won, you'd have to go back to 2017, a 29-16 victory. That was the end of a 4-game winning streak for the Trojans dating back to 2014. This is the 24th time these two teams are meeting since the rivalry began, 23rd time for an actual trophy. 2012, these two teams played in the playoffs to get to the Unidome. Grinnell walked away with a 49-35 game in the largest attended Grinnell high school football game ever, and in my opinion, one of the greatest high school football games I have ever watched. I still remember watching that game as just an 11-year-old, but I'm excited. This is one of my favorite games of the year. Dad, you didn't play in the rivalry, but you played on South Tama. What does it mean to come back and every year get to watch this game from the sidelines?
You know, it's always a special thing, because I think no matter what the records are for each team, we just throw that out the door, because the intensity that these two teams bring, even at 19 players, the South Tama team, it's still a game that is just a battle. And, you know, coming back from a big win, actually, for South Tama, 33-0 over Sadell, it gives them a little bit of momentum to look and say, we are winners. We're not just a small team that we're going to get killed out here. They actually have that possibility. From my own perspective, you know, I remember playing on this Grinnell field when this was the home side, and over there they had 6 rows of bleachers for the visitor side. And, you know, most of the South Tama fans had to stand on the ground and walk around and watch the ball games. But even back then, you know, I was the same age as, well, I'll just say back in the 80s, late 80s, that Grinnell was a powerhouse team. They were very tough back then, and definitely were on the roll to be a good team as they got bigger and better. So it's always big. It's a big rival. I think it's going to still see a good game tonight.
South Tama leads Grinnell in almost all the statistics. Grinnell does beat Tama in passing, 155-105. But in the rushing category, it's Tama, 422 over 327 for Grinnell. Tama loves to run the football. Grinnell loves to run the football. If we pass tonight, it's going to be a crazy game of passing when it happens, because they do not pass a lot. And I'm sure Coach Dorn and his team are going to be really excited of what they have under their sleeves. Tonight's going to be a great night. Grinnell's starting to make their way down the quote-unquote tunnel area here over to our left. They're kind of sitting there over by the gate. You can't see them yet, but they are starting to walk down to the song of Back in Black. They do have black tonight.
There's the kids' captain.
And our kids' captain tonight is Miles Hersium. He's wearing number 10. Miles is a 5th grader at GMS and is playing on the YSF tackle football team. And Kaya Shui, I believe. Kaya Shui, wearing number 64. Kaya is a 6th grader at GMS and is also playing on a YSF tackle football team. Sideline pass tonight goes to the former Tiger great Don Smith. That's who's going to be on the sideline tonight. Our own Tyler Walker's on the sideline. He's taking pictures. Grinnell has the black helmets, orange tops, and black bottoms. So good for us. We get to read the numbers a little bit better tonight. It's my favorite uniform combination for Grinnell. They're going to come running out of the huddle of band members and Tiger Paws and cheerleaders just in a second. Grinnell looking to go 2-1 on the season. They'll go to North Polk next week. This short little 2-game stint. Here come the Grinnell Tigers. Bruce Kriegel running out with Grinnell. This is obviously a huge rivalry for him and his family for many reasons, but for Bruce, I think it is his favorite football game of all time. These two teams going against each other. He's hyped up on the sideline. If Grinnell wins tonight, he will be the first one in line to pick up that trophy. There is no doubt about that, and it always creates such great moments. This is going to be a really fun game. The captains are about to go out. For Tama, it is number 17, Bowden Kohler, number 5, Kyler Smith, and number 70, Ishimwe Gentil. And for Grinnell, it is Calvin Jaworski, Josh Osborne, Cole Johnson, Alex Smith, and Brady Stewart, all walking out for the Tigers. Notable about Brady, very light warm-ups. Did not take many reps in warm-ups. That'll be something to watch for one of Grinnell's top wide receivers. Ian Kephart is not playing tonight. He is most likely out for the season. And a couple other things I've noticed here. It looks like Logan Schmidt, the senior cornerback slash wide receiver for South Tama, he is currently on the sidelines in an arm sling. So most likely won't be seeing him tonight, obviously. But other than that, Tama looks pretty healthy and ready to go in what should be a really fun football game. It's also a very interesting night. It's a little bit warmer than last week, but still a great night of football ahead. And a great crowd. Great crowd. Great festivities outside of the stadium as they were coming in. Obviously, the big news this week, the renders photos for the possible new entrance point for the Grinnell T.T. Cranny football field. That's very exciting if that gets done. Hopefully it does. We know turf will be coming most likely. There's a lot to look forward to as Grinnell Tiger fans. Tonight's just the tip of the iceberg. It's rivalry night here in Grinnell. There's rivalries all over the state. The little Cyhawk game in Ames versus Iowa City High happens tonight, and then the big game, Iowa versus Iowa State tomorrow. But we'll get our own version of a rivalry game tonight. It's the Grinnell Tigers, orange and black, the Trojans of South Tama, white on black. Tama will receive. It's Kyler Smith back for the Trojans. Andreas Lugo also back for the Trojans. Andreas 5'6", Smith 5'8". Grinnell will have a height advantage tonight if they decide to use it. Calvin Jaworski will line up and get ready to kick this one off for the Grinnell Tigers. The 2020 edition of the Battle for the Helmets is underway. That ball will sail way out of the back of the end zone. Grinnell is excited. They'll run all the way back and turn and head toward the sideline. The Trojans will come out on offense for the first time tonight. Kyler Smith, 12 for 20 on the season, 105 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He's rushed for 52 yards and a touchdown as well. He is a dual threat quarterback. He can move in the pocket. He's not very tall, and that might be his only downside, if you'd even call it that. Tama's first drive last week against Sadell lasted more than 8 minutes. A long drive for the Trojans. They will try to wear down Grinnell's defense in all assets of the way, and Grinnell's defense figured out pain last week against that Harlan front seven. Should be interesting to see what happens tonight. There is a false start on the very first play of the game. They're going to call it before the ball was snapped. The ball was muffed a little bit. This is going to be on South Tama, and it's almost deja vu of what Grinnell had last week in that same position.
Almost exactly.
Grinnell started the game with 2 false starts. Against Harlan last week, it derailed that opening drive and really set a tough tone for the game ahead. Man in motion for the Trojans. Kyler Smith's going to fire downfield, wide open! Jordan Bly! Calvin Jaworski chases him down in the secondary, and he is wrapped down, and the Trojans strike first. It was a tight end, almost a screen, and Jordan Bly snuck right past the line. Nobody picked him up, and the Trojans are in Tiger territory. My goodness, what a play. It reminds me of Grinnell last season. The sneaky little tight end route, and Tama just catches Grinnell sleeping. If Jordan was a little bit faster, he might have been gone. Shout out to Calvin Jaworski keeping him there. Kohler in the backfield with Smith. They move a man in motion. Kohler with the pitch to the edge. He is going to be wrapped and spun, still on his feet. Finally going to go down. There is a flag thrown in late. That was a nice little pitch play off to the right. That's twice they've moved sophomore Gavin Bridgewater. Bridgewater and Kohler have been the main backs. There's going to be a holding call on South Tama, so that's going to push him back. Dad, you got a quick look at the play there for South Tama? Or the passing play, did we get that?
Oh, I had it, Blake.
It's fine if we don't have it now. It's fine if we don't have it now. I saw you messing with it. I was like, well, we can maybe go back and get it later.
Yep, I'll come back to it.
Trojans put 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Smith rolls to his left. Can he hit the edge? He does. Cuts upfield a little bit. He's wrapped down from behind. That's Josh Osborne. Good to see Josh on the defensive side here this evening. Still a nice gain, though, about 8 or so. Or, excuse me, about 3 or so. So it's 2nd down and 12 upcoming for the Trojans. Bridgewater in motion. They give it to Bridgewater off the counter, and Bridgewater is swarmed by a herd of Grinnell defenders. Again, Josh Osborne leads the convoy. And I think it's going to be a loss of about 1 yard or 2, so that sets up a 3rd down and about 12 for the Trojans, maybe 13. Grinnell student section gets a little excited here. Bit of change of pace from last week, that's for sure. Trojans put out 3 wide receivers to the left, again 1 to the right. Kohler in the backfield with Smith. Smith dumped down short and dropped. Bridgewater was in the screen, flat position ready to go upfield. It was broken up by Cole Johnson. If you'd almost call it broken up, Bridgewater couldn't hang on right when it went to him. So it'll be 4th down and long for the Trojans. And we'll see if South Tama, what they try to do here. Obviously, it's a go-for-it situation. The 1st down marker is at the 12, 13-yard line. They're going to spread everybody out left and right. This is Lance Davenport here on this left side for the Trojans. Man in motion. It's a fake pitch. Kyler Smith runs out of time. Will Doty in the backfield for Grinnell.
That's a big hit for Will Doty right there. Plus you gain a little bit of yardage on the deal.
Right off the blind side. Kyler didn't see it coming, and Will Doty has a huge sack and stalls South Tama's drive in Grinnell territory. So Grinnell's offense trots out on Cole Johnson, the main leader for this offense. 44 carries this season, 211 yards. 40 of those were 2 weeks ago against Benton. Here's a handoff going left and stuffed for nothing. Alex Smith was in there at quarterback, and this was at the bottom of the pile. Cole Johnson, I believe, was the ball carrier, and it was. Grinnell's running game did not go very far last week. Only a couple gains of about 1, 2, really couldn't find any gaps. They got Alex back in the backfield again. They move Osborne in motion. Josh with the pitch. Look out. Here comes a couple blitzers by the Trojans led by Kyler Smith. Josh gets upfield for maybe about 1 or 2, and it brings up 3rd down at about 7 or 6. So both teams struggling to find their rhythm here in the passing or rushing offense. They put Jaworski way out left, Brady Stewart here to the right. And Colin Gibson looks like he's in at quarterback. Colin does have the arm. Colin looks deep downfield for Calvin Johnson. It's caught! One-on-one coverage, and Gibson tries him. Ethan Cruikshank couldn't hold back. And what a grab by Calvin Jaworski.
That gives us an Edward Jones 1st down, sponsored by Mark and Paul Copeland.
I tell you what, Colin knows where to put the football. He can't move a lot, but he knows where to go. Grinnell's going to go hurry up quick. Smith, Johnson, Cole Johnson tries to move forward. He is stuffed by 2 defenders. Looks like Rudy Popeke and maybe Ethan Cruikshank in there for the Trojans. Both teams trading early blows in the passing game. Not something we thought we'd see so far. Brady has a one-on-one out here that could be quite dangerous. We'll keep an eye on that. Johnson again with the counter hold, and Johnson works his way forward a couple blocks. And he's going to have a Tiger first down, brought to you by Edward Jones. Also, Grinnell has made it into the Poly Eyes red zone. Glad to see Grinnell gets there on their first drive compared to last week.
They're wait until the fourth quarter, or into the third quarter, I should say.
Pitch to Johnson. Johnson, nowhere to go. What a play in the backfield. That is number 56, Jacob Collison, 5'11", 220 in the backfield, wrapping down the Grinnell running back. And that pushes them back for a while. That's about 2nd down and 16, so what a stop by Collison. Braden Blackford out left, Stewart right. Calvin Jaworski's also here on this right side. Smith rolls right, fires short. Will Doty upfield, and he gets a nice chunk of it back. Just gets past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be about 3rd down and maybe 9, or just 3rd down and 10. So yes, did get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers in the Poly Eyes red zone, and you got to think Grinnell probably doesn't want a field goal in this situation, but considering how South Tama's first drive went, maybe just take the points. Will Doty right up there in that almost fullback position. Smith in the backfield. He can run if he wants. Loose snap. Johnson picks it up, and he is stuffed again. This is Popakey in the backfield, and Cole Johnson did not stand a chance. Even if he didn't fumble the snap just a little bit, I don't think it would have been a pretty either way. Well, Grinnell is ready to go for it. They're not thinking field goal. They got Colin Gibson in. This is Calvin Jaworski on the far left, Brady Stewart on the right. Gibson can throw. It's a dangerous spot. They're going to wait and maybe look at the defense here. They got 12 seconds left on the play clock. Gibson looking. Fires. End zone. Caught! Calvin Jaworski again. Touchdown, Grinnell.
That was just a good heads-up play by Calvin. Turned and watched the ball, put his hands on the ball, and brought it down.
Worked once. They go right back to him, and Jaworski almost boxed him out like he was under the basketball hoop. And Grinnell leads 6-0 over South Tama. Colin Gibson's 3rd touchdown pass of the season for the Tigers. Calvin celebrates his touchdown, and he'll get ready for the field goal. Snap, hold, kick is good, and it is 7-0. Grinnell on top of South Tama.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, 3rd generation owner of Poly Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeye'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Poly Eyes Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Poly Eyes Pizza. Stop down and see Joey and the crew, 5th Avenue.
Will Doty comes up with a big 4th down sack on defense. Grinnell's offense does the rest. Colin Gibson, 2 big throws to Calvin Jaworski give the Tigers a 7-0 lead at home in the Battle of the Helmets rivalry game early in the first quarter. If we're going to play like this tonight, both teams, we're going to have a lot of fun. Jaworski will line up to kick. Smith and Lugo back to receive for the Trojans. Jaworski sends it far. Lugo and Smith look over. South Tama's offense will come back out and trot for the second time this evening. Well, they got downfield thanks to the big play by Jordan Bly. The tight end snuck through the offensive line. Nobody saw him. And he almost scored if it wasn't for Calvin Jaworski.
He tucked that thing right in, and Calvin actually came across field to make that tackle. So kudos to Calvin on that, but
we'll see if the Trojans can replicate their first drive offensively. Now puts everybody up on the defensive line. 3 linebackers, basically no one back. It's a handoff to, I believe, Bridgewater. I can't quite tell. Yes, it was. Bridgewater goes right. Gets a nice chunk, about 3. Second down at 7 for South Tama. It is very weird, but what if I told you Grinnell now has twice more passing touchdowns than they do rushing touchdowns this year? Never would have believed you.
Oh,
nowhere to go. Bridgewater broke out of the tackle. Osborne was there at first contact, and he was able to sneak away. But Grinnell's defense was able to swarm, and it's pushed back about 2. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans. Grinnell's D-line definitely looks a lot more energetic this evening. Based on last week, I should say. Third down at 10 from the 20 for South Tama. Grinnell's sideline and crowd all getting loud for the Tigers. I form, pitch back, Bridgewater. Can he get the edge? He does. Turns upfield. He is not going to get there. He's going to be about 2 or 3 yards short. And it'll be 4th down and short for the Trojans. And I'd expect punting territory, and that looks like that's what they're going to do. It just seems risky if you're going for it here.
You almost have to expect a quick kick or something.
They're going punt. Number 55, Rudy Popeke, is going to be back there to punt it for the Trojans. They're trying to get all personnel out on the field. They're switching off real quick. And Tama's going to take a quick timeout trying to get everything settled. We'll take one with them. Grinnell leads 7-0 over South Tama.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual, and our timeouts are brought to you by Edward Jones. Stop down and see Mark and Paul Copeland at 714 4th Avenue for all your financial investment needs.
South Tama is going to punt. Popeke in the backfield had to take a timeout because of personnel. They didn't have anybody correctly on the field, or they didn't have them where they wanted them to be. High snap, almost blocked. This is a wobbler in the air. It's going to get a little bit of a South Tama bounce, but Grinnell's going to get great field position at the South Tama 43-yard line. So great spot here for Grinnell to get going on the offensive side. And if you're Grinnell, I'd go right back to that passing game. I mean, you got these one-on-ones unless Tama wants to change something up. You got to like what Grinnell has cooking so far. First down and 10. This is Alex Smith in at cornerback. He'll get a handoff to Cole Johnson. Johnson pushes to the left side. He's got a nice gain upfield. That's going to be close to a first down. It is. Edward Jones first down for Grinnell. Cole on the season, 211 yards. No touchdowns to his season stats. Calvin Jaworski's touchdown catch is his second of the season. Johnson, carry up the middle, stuffed immediately. Tell you what, most so far, Tama's front 5 been quite up on it here on the defensive line.
That interior line, they're basically standing up our offensive line and making them work.
Second down and 7. Johnson again. Middle carry. He's pushed forward by the pile. And it's going to be a gain of about 3 or 4. And it's third down and 2 for the Tiger offense. Got to feel like it's go-for-it territory, especially considering the 4th down touchdown. High snap. Alex Smith will run it forward, and look out! He broke right through the pile of players. Touchdown, Grinnell! He went right into a herd of players, and I guess nobody was able to touch him. Alex Smith, 2nd touchdown of the evening. It's Alex's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season for the Tigers, and Grinnell has a 13-0 lead. Calvin Jaworski on to attempt the extra point, excuse me. Snap, hold, kick is good. 14-0 Grinnell on top of South Tama.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by West Finch Auto Plaza.
Alex Smith with a touchdown run there for Grinnell. I was very surprised, if you couldn't tell. He went right into the pile, and I was like, well, he's probably not coming out. And there he goes, right on the other side. Gives Grinnell a 14-0 lead over the Trojans in the Battle of the Helmets game. Great crowd tonight on hand for both Grinnell and South Tama. Good student sections, everything USA-themed night all across the board. Jaworski sends it deep. Lugo lets it go right past him. And South Tama will set up shop at the 20-yard line. Well, South Tama, biggest play, Jordan Bly. Almost a over 60-yard pass from Kyler Smith to Jordan Bly that caught Grinnell sleeping early, but the Tigers were able to recover and haven't given up anything like that since. Trojans have been stifled on offense so far. This is Lance Davenport here on this near side. Kyler's under center. He goes handoff to Bridgewater, and it'll be spun forward for a gain of positive yardage. Excuse me, that was Kohler, Bowden Kohler at the running back position. He got a great gain, too. About 7 or 8. 2nd down and 3 upcoming. One thing's for sure tonight, there is no breeze anywhere. And if there is, it's very small. Wind will not be an issue tonight. Great night for football. I form again. Kohler works his way past a couple of defenders. That's going to be a South Tama 1st down, and the Trojans get going and grab their first down of the drive.
Let's take a quick look, Blake, at that instant replay. Alex Smith busting right through the center of that line. That's brought to you by Clarity Eye Care for the instant replay. Touchdown, Alex Smith.
South Tama running what Harlan did last week, the whole quarterback run back to the coach and get the play from the sideline other than getting the signal calls from the sideline. I like old football like that. I can always appreciate it. I form. Handoff to Bridgewater, and he is stuck. His legs were trapped immediately when he hit the line of scrimmage. Gain of about 1 or 2. And there is a Trojan that is down on the field. Maybe 61, I believe. Yeah, 61. Kyan McBride, the sophomore offensive tackle, 6 foot 210, and only a sophomore. He's one of the younger guys on this roster for the Trojans. He did get up on his own power. He's just coming back on the sideline, so they'll check him out. Seems to be fine. It might just be cramps. We did talk about the heat. Heat could be an issue. Cramping could be an issue tonight. Something to keep an eye out for both players. 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans. They're back in I formation. Kohler. Carry forward, and again, not much. about 2 or 3. I tell you.
Kaler would be the pronunciation.
Kaler?
Kaler.
Oliver Loudon was the one in on the tackle there, and Oliver took a hit. I don't know if you saw that, but he really hit the ground trying to make that tackle. Got up a little bit slower. Bridgewater in motion. Another fullback almost dive, and Grinnell's defense is just all over it. And I believe a timeout has been taken. And Grinnell does take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. 14-0, Grinnell leads.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and a locally owned pharmacy provides you with personal service from folks who know you and your good health needs. We accept most insurance plans, including most of the Medicare prescription drug plans. And we are there to answer all of your healthcare questions. So why not make the switch to a locally owned and operated pharmacy? Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell on Highway 6 West.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Medicap Pharmacy, and this timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Copeland. Stop down to 714 4th Avenue for all your financial needs.
14-0. Grinnell on top of South Tama in the Battle of the Helmets. It's funny, I'm starting to see a lot of flickering lights in the back behind the stadium here, and it's all the fire convention people trying to get a ride up to the gate just to watch the football game. It's pretty cool. 4th down and 6. Papa Key will punt this one high into the September air. And it will be caught at about the 40-yard line by, I think, Cole Johnson. South Tama's player, I don't know who that was. He almost didn't get out of the way. He just kind of sat there. Luckily got out of the way before a penalty was called. Grinnell's offense will reset. A touchdown pass by Colin Gibson to Calvin Jaworski was the first time Grinnell scored this evening. And then an Alex Smith run to the end zone was Grinnell's second score.
That high punt brought you right up to the attention of that beautiful sun or moon up there. A little sliver in the sky right over above the grandstand.
Has been beautiful. It looked really cool last night over the Des Moines Metro. Pitch out to Alex Smith. Here he comes back the other way to Cole Johnson. Cole breaks one tackle, maybe no. South Tama's defenders are there. That was almost great for Grinnell.
Yeah.
How about the job by number 17, Bowden Collar, who was able to just not lose his man. I mean, he just held right on tight with Cole, and the cavalry came soon enough. That was a really well done play.
I don't know if he was a wrestler, but it seemed like he had that good stance, and he was just able to hold that position and not get juked one way or the other. But
that'll be one to remember on film. Johnson tries again. This time he bounces to the left. Gets a couple blocks, and Cole Johnson's going to be brought down. That's going to be a Edward Jones first down for your Grinnell Tiger offense. Here comes the first campfire smell of the evening here at the football field. Smells great.
Yeah, you can smell that campfire. Wow.
That's the end of the first quarter. Grinnell on top of the Trojans, 14-0. We'll be back in the second quarter.
Low Tiger Nation, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners, Bernie Loan Associates. So glad you could join us for this game and this little timeout. You know, the undeniable truth is the world is shifting, and I would say for the better. Please come join me. We'd love to find the captured capital within your benefit plans, within any insurance that you provide to yourself or your family members. Go Tigers, go Grinnell, let's win together.
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by North Risk Partners, Bernie Lowe and Associates, and the Dairy Barn. Yes, the Dairy Barn is still open.
And they took that little break at the beginning of August, so they came back full force. Get yourself some Dairy Barn before the weather gets cold. At least I hope it gets cold. First down and 10 from the 47. Grinnell in South Tama territory. The offense is starting to click. Calvin Jaworski in motion. Alex Smith will keep. He'll head right and run into traffic. It's a gain of about 1 or 2. Grinnell in the orange tops, black bottoms this evening. Wore the all-oranges last year, the Orange Crush uniforms. First time and, as of right now, the only time they have worn the all-orange combination. As the night goes on, they start to look a little bit more burnt orange, but they go a pitch play to Brady Stewart. He'll turn the corner and get upfield, and that is going to be close, and it is. Another Edward Jones first down for Grinnell. That play was beautiful. Great blocking setup front.
That was definitely a nice in and around there.
There's a flag, though, and I just see it now. I did not see it. It's going to be holding, and this is going to be coming back for Grinnell. I don't know how I didn't see it. Calvin Jaworski threw the flag back, and I think the ref was like, what? Very confused. So that's going to push Grinnell back quite a bit. Second down and 19 is going to be the call from the now Grinnell 44-yard line. Smith still in at quarterback. Will Doty up at fullback. Hand off to Cole Johnson. Slithers his way forward and spins away. He'll get right to the 50, and it'll be third down and 13. Tell you what, Tama's defense still been pretty tough. I mean,
let's take a quick look at it. You can see this holding right there. Back this right up. And you can see it right there. See where he hooked him right on that, right above the yard marker. So that's where that was caught right there.
Alex Smith rolls to his right, fires downfield. Look out, Calvin Jaworski turns the corner, and he's going to have the first down. Edward Jones first down for the Grinnell Tiger offense, and Calvin Jaworski's having himself a really good night in the passing area. That time it was Alex Smith. That's such the dynamic Grinnell has. You got 3 guys that can run quarterback. Technically 4 if you put Josh back there. Alex can run, throw a little short. Colin can get you deep throws. They go to Cole Johnson. He got a nice block. Here goes Cole Johnson. He turns the corner, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Grinnell. First touchdown of the season for Cole Johnson, and Grinnell extends the lead 20-0. That was just a simple matter of the offensive line gave him a perfect hole, and he cut it right on the right side. We'll take a quick replay of it, I assume, here in a second. Yep, here it is right here. You'll see the hole off the right side. Great blocking by everyone up front. Cole just has to make one quick move. And after that, his speed is enough to carry him all the way to the end zone.
That instant replay is brought to you by Clarity Eye Care.
It's a fake. Calvin Jaworski catches it with one hand. He's going to get to the corner. He does not score. Grinnell tried to get a little tricky with it, just a little too far. It had our cameraman. Score stays 20-0. Grinnell leads South Tama.
We all get caught up in that moment right there.
Life at the Mayflower community can be anything and everything you want it to be. From their first-class facilities featuring traditional apartments, patio homes, and the newly added Water Tower apartments for independent living, to the healthcare services including assisted living, healthcare center or rehab, complemented with food service options, exercise areas, administrative and nursing staff support, and the beautiful campus scenery. Visit today or give us a call and you will find out quickly that the Mayflower community is a place to call home.
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by Mayflower Community Homes.
20-0 after the failed 2-point conversion by Grinnell. Tigers in control here early, but I do like what I'm seeing from South Tama's offense. Has shown flashes of getting upfield, that's for sure. Calvin Jaworski will kick this one off for the Tigers. Back to Lugo and Kyler Smith awaiting. Wind, still not going to help him. I doubt we see any of them come out tonight. And South Tama will come out at the 20-yard line. Next week, Grinnell is back on the road. North Polk, the Comets, hosting your Grinnell Tigers. They've had some pretty good games in the past. 2 of them have been pretty lopsided victories, but we had a crazy overtime game back in 2017 or 18, I believe. And Grinnell won that game on a field goal. That was one of the very first games we did here on the live stream.
Yep.
Kyler Smith in the shotgun. They move Bridgewater in motion. Kyler, almost a basketball pass over to Bridgewater. He turns the corner and gets a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be about 2nd down and 4 upcoming. That was no pitch. That was literally a basketball shot almost.
Forward shuffle pass.
Updates from around the area. Indianola up 14-10 to Pella. Burlington up 13-7 over Oskaloosa. PCM up or down 14-7 to Pella Christian. I tell you what, that Pella Christian team, that's a really good team. Smith. This time it's a quarterback keeper to the left side, and he is swarmed immediately. He's close to the marker. 3rd down and about 2 is the upcoming play. That's one thing about Tama tonight, a lot of quick 3-and-outs. Grinnell's been able to be quick on their toes.
Oh, Blake, we forgot to change over our quarter.
Yes, this quarter is brought to you by Brett Nichols State Farm.
Too much action right there at the end of that first quarter.
A lot of action. 3rd and 3 for the Trojans. Smith pumps, looks, downfield shot. Oh, overshoots his intended receiver. That was Jordan Bly again. And Alex Smith almost got a hand on it. Did get a hand on it, couldn't quite reel it in. It'll be 4th down and 3, and now Coach Dorn has an interesting decision to make. Gotta think it's punt, but the punting game has not been ideal for the Trojans, and it's such short yardage. I think they almost try to take the risk here. They're not going to. Rudy Popakey's going to be back to receive this punt, meaning he will receive the punt to kick. This is Brady Stewart and I believe Alex Smith. Yes, Alex Smith will run up and make the grab. Alex makes a couple men miss, and a nice open field tackle by number 8, Nolan Upa. I tell you what, South Tama's open field tackling has been pretty impressive tonight, I will say. First down and 10 from the Grinnell 46. Tigers look to put on another score here against the Trojans. Alex Smith in at quarterback still. They go handoff to Cole Johnson. Johnson pushes, but the Trojan defense is there on the edge, and we're going to get a late holding call that probably didn't need to happen, as I think it's probably going to be on Nick Brennicky because the flag was thrown over here. And it is. It was literally on the backside of the play. I think Nick was he was caught on somebody. I believe maybe it was Jordan Bly. They were going at it over here on this near side. Far away from the play. Got a little handsy over there. First down and 18. Handoff. And breaking a couple tackles is Will Doty, and he works his way forward. Nice little moving play there by the man in number 36. Will had a couple of yards last year against South Tama in garbage time. That was one of the cool parts. Grinnell really got that secondary team going, and Will was a huge part of that. Update on the Comets. They're trailing ADM 14-6. So Grinnell's opponent next week. High snap, fake. Alex Smith takes a bomb downfield to Brady Stewart. No, he dropped it right through his arms. You couldn't have put it in a better spot. Brady just a little low. Could not hang on.
Always hate to see those drop like that.
It was a great throw, though, by Alex. Put it right where it needed to go, and it's third down and 16. Tama's looking at a possible stop here on third down. And they're putting a lot of guys back here. Looking like they'll put 4 up on the line, but they're bringing back those 2 linebackers, and then they have Davenport way back along with Kyler Smith. Doty in motion, Smith rolls. He'll go right back to Cole Johnson. Great block up front and a broken tackle. Nope, it's going to be coming back either way. Johnson turns the corner. It's going to be a first down, but a tackle by Gene Blaylock is going to bring this back. And it was clear as day right here on this near side. It was a great block. Just can't fully tackle the guy.
Yeah, we can take a quick look here at the Clarity Eye Care replay.
See it right there.
We
just here by the referee,
just
down by the
right
marker.
down, covered him up. So it did open the hole up, but that's not a good deal. Instant replay
Right.
brought to you by Clarity Eye Care.
Right idea, just not quite how you want to do it. It is not fourth down. That pushes Grinnell back to 3rd and 26. And Grinnell is going full heavy wide receiver moving here. 3 right, 2 left. Blackford, Nagel, Johnson, Stewart, Jaworski, Alex Smith. Ball goes wide. Alex hops on top of it, and Grinnell's drive is pushed back even further. Great job by South Tama. Gets a couple lucky breaks here with the flags, but able to shut down Grinnell when it counts, and the Tigers will be forced to punt. Calvin Jaworski back to receive the punt. Jaworski sends it off into the air and picked up by Kyler Smith, and he runs up and actually gets quite a nice chunk of yardage. What a heads-up play by Kyler. If he just would have let it bounce, that probably would have ended up on Tama's 40. Now it's on Grinnell's 40.
Yeah. Took it, ran with a head of steam on that one, he did.
Kyler's been quiet tonight, but that's a great play there to get his team going in a solid field position manner. I believe Collar in the backfield. Here comes Bridgewater in motion. Here's Kyler. He'll roll to the left. Turns the corner, gets a couple blocks, and works his way forward. That's a nice chunk. And the Trojans are starting to move and find a little bit of rhythm here on offense. We talked about penalties last week for Grinnell. Those two, that last drive by the Tigers, not ideal with the 2 penalties in a row again. We've seen that before out of this team. Things to limit as the season goes on, no doubt. It is only week 3, excuse me. Second down and 4 for STC. Lawrence Davenport out here to the right against Calvin Jaworski. Bridgewater again in motion. This time they go to him. Bridgewater with the lane on the corner. Look out. Bridgewater turns it, and he is going to be close. Pushing. Touchdown, South Tama. What a job by the South Tama offensive line. They perfectly sealed the corner. And the Trojans are on the board. It was Calvin Jaworski versus Bridgewater, and Calvin did not win.
Yeah.
Nice fight for the end zone, and the Trojans score their first touchdown of the evening.
Bridgewater just has the ability to churn his feet. That's impressive.
Ethan Cruikshank to line up for the extra point for the Trojans. Snap, hold, kick is good. Line drive up and good. 20-7. South Tama has life.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by ASI Signs, and let's take a quick look at that nice run by Bridgewater.
It's just a simple little pitch to him by Kyler Smith, and watch the blocks. I mean, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And Bridgewater's just able to use his speed, gets to the corner. He's got one guy to beat. And Calvin Jaworski, he just puts the shoulder right into him. Grinnell's secondary tries to come in and help, and by then it's too late. And he scores. Touchdown, South Tama. Great play. Grinnell better be careful here. This could be an onside. It's a squib. And the ball is loose and hopped on. And Tama's got to feel good. They get that defensive stop, get the touchdown. Nice job by Jacob Lowe to hop on top of that. Grinnell's offense trots back out onto the field. Keep an eye on Bridgewater, Gavin Bridgewater here on this. He's on that left side for the Trojans. He's been sneaky on that defensive end position trying to get to Grinnell in the backfield. Johnson pushes his way forward and is, picked up and almost slammed to the ground. Luckily falls into a pile of defenders. Cole is back to getting the bulk of carries tonight. He had 40 carries in week 1. I talked to Coach Stenberg, and he said, yeah, that's not ideal. We don't really want to run 40 times per game with one guy. Second out and 5 from the 36. This is Osborne. Can't get to the edge. That's a great play. The ball was on the ground. They're going to say Josh was down. I can't tell who made the tackle. I think it might have been Collison or Miguel Medina, the sophomore. I tell you what, there's a couple good sophomores on the South Tama roster. Have a lot to look forward to. 3rd and 3. Grinnell checks the play back on the sideline. They'll come back in. This is Brady Stewart here on this side. Osborne in the backfield. Josh with the carry, runs into a herd of defenders, and the Trojans stop Grinnell on 3rd and short. I tell you what, we thought stamina might be a problem. Grinnell is definitely falling victim to no stamina given up by this South Tama defense. Kyler Smith back to return this punt, and the Trojans, all momentum has slowly shifted. Grinnell gets everybody on for the punt team. Jaworski is back to punt. Jaworski, high punt. Kyler runs back, calls fair catch, and it's caught. They'll set up at about the 22-yard line. I don't think Tama had everybody on the field.
I don't think so either. I think
they only had 10 guys. I guess better than not having too many, or having too many. Well, if you're South Tama, this is a crucial drive with 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the quarter. Grinnell gets the ball back at halftime, so you really don't want to give it back to them unless you score. Three wide receivers to the right. None to the left for the Trojans. Kyler pitches. Collar turns the edge, works his way upfield, and has a really solid gain for about 9 yards. I tell you what, Dad, Tama is sealing that edge.
Yeah, they are.
Grinnell can't seem to find an answer right now, and Tama doesn't dare go up the middle. Didn't work earlier in the game, hasn't worked. So they said, let's just try the outsides.
Well, and that's the one part where that outside linebacker and defensive end, they gotta communicate. When you spread that thing out, it's all about communication of who's going to be spreading and who's going to be taking each person.
They bunch him up again. Bridgewater in motion. They pitch right back out to Collar. He has wide open room again. Tough head-to-head collision here on this near side, but Collar stays up. That time it was Grinnell's secondary, faked out by Smith's fake pitch. So there's a couple things. I mean, Grinnell just struggling to stay home a little bit.
Kaler's definitely having a good night running also with Bridgewater on the other side.
It's a tough 1-2 punch. Both very even coming into tonight in terms of rushing category. Kaler had 184 yards, and Bridgewater had 128. They go again, Bridgewater. This time they give it to him. He does have a blocker in front. This time Grinnell's D-line is there. And he's pushed back to the original line of scrimmage to 2nd down and 10. Clock keeps ticking to 3:12.
Yeah, they give him a yard.
Oh, they did. I guess they give him forward progress. (21-6) ADM leads over North Polk. More updates will be coming in the second half. Make sure to come back near the end of halftime. We'll be showing our tribute video once again for September 11th. Pitch back to Bridgewater. And Gavin is close. Got about 4 or 5. It's so hard to see from this side of the field on that side at least. It'll be 3rd down, about 5 for South Tama. And I think we're going to have a timeout. Nope. I don't know what the stoppage is here. Is it the light that's shining onto the football field, possibly?
I don't know.
Nope. Clock. But there is a bright light shining onto the football field from the fire convention over there. That could be a problem. Maybe. 3rd down and 9 for South Tama. Crucial drive for the Trojans. Trying to close back in. And it was a carry for about 2 or 3. This is go for it territory. You got to feel like for South Tama. It's 4th and about 2 or 3. I didn't even see Kyler under center. I guess he was right there on the QB sneak. It's officially a 4th down and 2 from the 46. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's Grinnell on top of South Tama, 20-7. They're going to go for it. Kyler Smith's going to be under center. Collar and Bridgewater in the backfield. They pitch to Collar. Collar to the edge. Will Doty, and the cavalry is there. That was well done. Josh Osborne was there. Tristan Stark was there. But how about Will Doty getting to his legs to make sure he didn't go very far?
Yep, that's a heads-up play there, just establishing where the ball was and the movement of it. Good job, Tigers.
1st down and 10 from the 45-yard line in South Tama territory. If Grinnell can score before halftime, it's a huge momentum booster. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. Colin Gibson back to throw. Pressure coming. Loads downfield to Calvin Jaworski, and he didn't catch it. I could have swore he caught it. Might have to take a look at that one. Obviously they can't, but we can if we had the replay there. It was close.
Let's take a quick look.
I don't know. It's close. I think he might have gotten 1 foot down, but the official right there.
Right on the line. So
Colin back to throw again. Batted down. Bridgewater jumps right over Will Doty to knock it down. What a play by Gavin. That's got to be the best feeling as a lineman. That's not really even your job, but to just stick your paw up there and knock it down, that's really well done by Gavin, who has already been so impressive tonight already. 3rd down and 10 from the 45. Tama's defense hanging in tight here on the second quarter. Colin remains in at quarterback. Nobody here on this left side. It's Brady Stewart and Calvin Jaworski on the right. Colin rolls, looks, and misses. Off the mark for Calvin Jaworski. It's 4th down, and the Trojans get a little bit of time left here. So Grinnell goes the wanting to score the touchdown route. And it'll burn him here. Barely even went off the, barely got any time off the clock, I should say. Hey, if you're watching on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network website or on our YouTube page, we really appreciate it. Grinnell fans, South Tama fans, we appreciate you all. If you like what you're seeing, leave a like on the YouTube video. You can always subscribe if you're a Tiger fan or if you're a South Tama fan. That ball bounces way back. It's a beauty of a punt. It's going to be down inside the 10, and South Tama is going to get tough field position here. Also got to give a shout out to the family up in the Toledo area, Jack and Carolyn Walker. Watching from home. Some Tama people might know those, or Tama Toledo people might know Jack and Carolyn. Grandparents.
Mom and Dad.
We promise they're Tama fans, but they're a little bit of Grinnell fans. 1st down and 10, a minute 15 remaining from the 7. I'm very curious to see what Tama wants to try to do here. Kyler Smith is under center. They go I form, and Bridgewater again works his way forward. It's a nice chunk. Nope, Collar. That was Collar in there. That's about 6. 2nd down and 4, 56 seconds left. Tama's going quick. And this time they're not going to go anywhere. Stop short, about a yard short. 3rd down and 1. Coach Doran seems content to no, he doesn't. Grinnell will go with a timeout. Grinnell takes a timeout. We'll take one with them. 27, Tigers on top.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, 3rd generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza, and this time out is brought to you by Edward Jones. Stop in and see Mark and Paul Copeland, your financial experts on 714 4th Avenue in Grinnell.
Grinnell on top of South Tama, 22-7. 41 seconds to go here in the first half. Grinnell gets the ball back at halftime. They called the timeout there. It's 2nd down and 2. Kyler Smith back to throw. Downfield shot for Jordan Bly, and it's pass interference on Brady Stewart. And I have to agree. Brady was hanging on to him a little bit coming forward. Jordan might have gotten there. And the Trojans get some free yardage here. Got to replay that or no?
Yep.
It was a quick snap. I don't think Grinnell was quite ready for it. Take a look at our Clarity Eye replay. Held him the entire way. You see him trying to get out front, and Brady just has his arm right on him. Good call by the referees. Jordan Bly just couldn't break free. 1st down and 10 for the Trojans. Smith, look out, pressure coming, evades one, fires downfield, and misses. That was dangerous. Nobody was in the area, but got away quickly. Who came screaming off the edge? I think that was Dominic Clayton. couldn't quite wrap down Kyler, but he was close. Second down and 10 with 30 seconds on the game clock. Grinnell has deep safeties. Brady Stewart and Calvin Jaworski back if needed. 3 wide receivers here to the right for South Tama. They go screenplay. Bridgewater cuts inside, cuts back, and he's wrapped down from his legs. Quick timeout taken by Coach Dorn. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 when we come out of the timeout. Grinnell on top 20-7 over South Tama.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual, and Grinnell Mutual is also our scoreboard sponsor for all sports all season long. So thank you to Grinnell Mutual. And that timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Copeland.
The Tigers of Grinnell leading the Trojans of South Tama 20-7 here in the Battle of the Helmets game on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. 23 seconds to go, 3rd down and 6. South Tama currently sitting deeper in Grinnell territory. Kyler Smith back to throw. Over the middle, overshoots his man. Jordan Bly was wide open over the front. And a 4th down and 6 will come up, and I doubt Tama will try to go for this. Could take a knee. But if you do that, you have Calvin Jaworski, who's a really good kicker. Grinnell could easily take that next time out that they have. So the Trojans will punt. And Calvin and Brady will sit back here as Papaki will wait for his punt. Takes it. Line drive boots it. And this is going to get a nice little bounce. Keeps rolling forward, and that's a good punt for South Tama. They're going to down it at the 36-yard line in Grinnell territory. Grinnell have 12 seconds, and I bet we see a kneel down here, if anything. But you never know. This is where you can catch some guys sleeping. Sure doesn't look like they're going knee. Cole Johnson, Alex Smith, all in the backfield. This is Rhett Nagel and Braden Blackford here out to the left. Jaworski and Stewart out right. Alex, QB draw, look out. Alex breaks a tackle and falls forward. Grinnell will call a timeout with 6 seconds left. So Grinnell is thinking in zone here. Do we want to go to commercial?
Let's stay right here. We'll throw up that this timeout's brought to you by Edward Jones.
Gotta love it this week. We didn't have any timeouts last week.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. Couple updates from around the state. Indianola up 21-17 over Pella. Former head coach of Grinnell, Brian Sauser, and his Ames Little Cyclones currently trailing Iowa City High 14-3 at halftime. Newton on top of Marshalltown 21-7. Williamsburg and Solon tied 7-7 at halftime. ADM leads North Polk 21-13. North Mahaska leads Colfax Mingo 19-14. Not seeing anything else around here. Ankeny up 21-3 over Dowling. Oh my goodness. Ankeny just lost to Centennial last week. Dowling not the same team without their starting quarterback, that is for sure. And my pick of them to win the state tournament looks worse and worse every week. Also, I think Southeast Polk is trailing Waukee Northwest. Possible upset alert over there in Waukee. Second down and 3. Colin Gibson's back in the back with 6 seconds. Colin looks, fires downfield shot to Brady Stewart, and he misses him. And there was 1 second left on the clock. Now, this is my conspiracy theorist guy coming out. Since we're the home team, that clock stopped at 1 second. If we were the road team, that clock was about to fall and not go to halftime. I don't want to be that guy, but, you know. Grinnell we do get an extra play. We'll take it. Third down and 3 from the 42. Alex Smith will go to Cole Johnson. Johnson runs into traffic and down he goes. That will finish the end of the first half. Scores closer than you think. 27, Grinnell on top of South Tama. We'll be back for the second half.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before, or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The engine makes the power. The transmission sends it to the drive shaft. The drive shaft turns the gears. The gears turn the axles. The axles turn the wheels. Together it's the powertrain, and only at West Finch Auto Plaza every bit of it has a 100% warranty. Forever. No parts, no labor, no deductible. You can't buy it. It comes with the car whether you want it or not. Only at West Finch Auto Plaza, where you always get a great deal and a great deal more.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and if you are like me, you have a busy schedule. So why wait around to get a prescription filled? At Medicap Pharmacy, we can call or text you when your prescriptions are ready. It's a free service that is available on request for any of our customers. Of course, we also have a convenient drive-through, free weekday deliveries, and free mail-outs as well. Just another great reason to make Medicap Pharmacy your pharmacy on Highway 6 West, Grinnell.
Hello, Tiger Nation. Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners, Bernie Loan Associates. So glad you could join us for this game and this little timeout. You know, the undeniable truth is the world is shifting, and I would say for the better. Please come join me. We'd love to find the captured capital within your benefit plans, within any insurance that you provide to yourself or your family members. Go Tigers, go Grinnell, let's win together.
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn. Life at the Mayflower community can be anything and everything you want it to be. From their first-class facilities featuring traditional apartments, patio homes, and the newly added Water Tower apartments for independent living, to the healthcare services including assisted living, healthcare center or rehab, complemented with food service options, exercise areas, administrative and nursing staff support, and the beautiful campus scenery. Visit today or give us a call and you will find out quickly that the Mayflower community is a place to call home.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
The Tiger Football Club is an organization that assists in the development of young athletes that participate in football in the Grinnell community through different types of fundraising, such as the Grinnell Lift-a-thon and its annual trivia night, bringing community leaders together to raise funds for different types of 7-on-7 travel teams, youth football league, fundraising for the kid captain. The Tiger Football Club would like to say, go Tigers. Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group, join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Blake with the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. We at the Tiger Sports Livestream Network want to help Grinnell High School to recover from these times with less fans in the stands for revenue to help fund the school's athletics. That's why we've set up a Tiger Sports Livestream Network Venmo account. If you want, we would greatly appreciate a donation to help Grinnell High School. It doesn't have to be $5, it doesn't have to be $500. We just want to help our Tiger athletes. At the end of every week, we will send the money we receive to Chris Kaufman and the entire GHS athletic department. We at the Tiger Sports Livestream Network will not keep a single penny. To donate, download the Venmo app on your Apple or Android device and search Tigers LSN-2020. We greatly appreciate any and every donation. Together, we can help recover from this crazy time. Thank you in advance, and go Tigers!
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, third generation owner of
Time. How do we account for the time that has passed? Events, football scores, memories. 20 years ago, our lives changed. We woke up, we ate breakfast, we kissed our loved ones as they went to work, school, morning practices, in hope that in 8 hours we would see them again. However, time has brought us to learn that just 1 hour and 45 minutes into that workday, on September 11th, 2001, time would change our lives forever. The pictures, the videos, and the lives that were changed forever in the aftermath of a disaster on that day will lead us to never forget what happened 20 years ago. We look back at not just the bad that happened that day, but also look at the change of time in our lives coming together. Stories of the rescuers running into the building while everyone was running out. Stories of the cell phone calls and recordings of the last moments of lives in the World Trade Center buildings. And stories of those last-minute cell phone calls from passengers on the airplanes that left us in tears, and as the passengers were getting ready to overtake the terrorist on Flight 93 over that Pennsylvania field. These are memories that keep us alive. These are the memories that will help us remember what happened on that day, and we will never forget. Today and forever, we will remember 343 firefighters, 412 emergency workers, and the 2,242 citizens we lost on that fateful morning. It is our duty to never forget. Tonight, we come together as two football teams, as friends, gathering on a TT Cranny Field in Grinnell, Iowa. Tonight, we celebrate the memory of a man named Steve Kriegel. To his memory of what he has done in two communities, 23 miles apart, two teams gather for the Battle of the Helmets. A game started in 1998 to honor the late Steve Kriegel as not only a football coach at Grinnell, but also an All-American football player for South Tama, who lost his life to pancreatic cancer in 1997. So tonight, we sit back and reflect on 20 years since that fateful day with our battles of loss, grief, and solitude. And tonight, we prepare for the battle on the field, for trophy, honor, and pride between the Grinnell Tigers and the South Tama Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Battle of the Helmets.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Polly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, West Finch Auto Plaza, Medicap Pharmacy, North Risk Partners, and Bernie Lowe Associates, the Dairy Barn, Mayflower Community Homes, ASI Signs, the Tiger Football Club, and the Grinnell Booster Club, and our very own Fill the Stands with Donations. Yep, COVID's over, derecho's gone, but we are still looking as, hey, if you got an extra $5 or $10 and you're watching the ball game, everyone that sits in the stands pays $5. So a little passive donation along the way is very much appreciated. It goes right back into the Tiger Sports Athletic Department. So thank you again. Paula Hatch sent a donation over in first half, so thank you for your donation. We'll be back right before half.
Welcome back to the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network, coming out of halftime here. The graphic up on the screen is Coach Jim Dunn, former Grinnell High School football coach and former Grinnell athletic director here at the high school. Him and Bruce Kriegel were given the Hall of Fame inductions here at Grinnell High School tonight during halftime. And then Jim was given the honor to be in the Iowa High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame. 174 wins, 15 playoff appearances. I cannot quite read the other stat, but it is an impressive stat from his time here at Grinnell.
I believe it's 1998 Coach of the Year.
1998 Coach of the Year.
For the Iowa Athletic Association.
Jim's great, still helping the community. I see him quite a lot anytime I'm in town. He's always mowing grass for the city around Orange Park, and he's keeping busy. He's been busy helping the young football players down in the younger levels. He has just been so big for Grinnell Athletics and the town itself. There's not a more deserving man. And then Bruce Kriegel getting into the Grinnell Hall of Fame. Obviously been a team manager for both basketball and football for so many years, leading the team out during intros. Also, no one better to be in the Grinnell Hall of Fame. 20-7, it's Grinnell on top of South Tama here in the Battle of the Helmets game. Grinnell, 3 scores, 1 failed 2-point conversion. Could possibly come back and bite them. I could argue that South Tama has quite a bit of momentum right now. Was able to score there a little late in the second quarter. Defense was able to come up with some stops. Then the offense kind of stalled out, and the offense for Grinnell also stalled out. So I'm really interested to see what happens here. Grinnell does get the ball back in the second half here, though.
Yeah, you know, it's just interesting that you started the ball game and everyone, myself and John, were sitting down there on the fence and thought, wow, 19 kids, 20 kids? And then we were wondering where the rest of the team was going to come out. So it is a deceiving look when you look at that sideline. But, you know, the kids that are playing are making a difference out there. And it's actually it's a lot better football game than I thought we were going to have tonight.
So like I said, South Tama will kick here to start the second half. But you never know. I could easily see an onside kick here. Just saying. Yeah, great halftime festivities. Marching band played, Tiger Paws played. Every fire engine noise ever made was made at halftime from the fire convention lot over there.
Yeah, I think they give a nice little siren salute at halftime.
But it is nice. There are a lot of people at the edge of the gate watching. I say we should have put up a giant screen, and they could have watched it at the football field.
Tiger Sports Jumbotron.
Very cool to have the Iowa Firefighters Convention in town. Some people might not believe that. Sound complaints and whatnot, but their fireworks have been minimal tonight. Knock on wood. We'll see what happens here in the second half. But we got a fun one next, or coming up next here on this second half of action. 27, Tama looking to rally here. Remember, the closest game in this rivalry's history was a 14-6 victory for the Trojans. That was back in 2004.
And as you made note there, this is the third quarter, Blake.
Yes, third quarter brought to you by Brent Nichols State Farm. One thing that we talked about in pregame show that'll be really interesting here is fatigue, especially on South Tama's side. They seem fine in the first half. It's just when we get down to the end here, how are they going to manage the fatigue to try to hang tight here? Papaki will send this one deep for South Tama, unless they go a possible route. It is not Papaki. This is Ethan Cruikshank to be the one to kick. I thought it was Papaki. So Cruikshank will kick, and the second half of the Battle of the Helmets is underway. It's another squib-type kick. Josh Osborne picks it up on the on the bounce. Josh turns the corner and heads up the far sideline, takes a big hit, but that is a great gain and a great starting field position for Grinnell. Josh hops right back up. Grinnell will start at their own 45-yard line. John takes a sigh of relief on this far side.
Yeah, that's always a nice run back when you can start a kickoff like that on the second half.
Grinnell's offense showed flashes of light in that first half. Couple passes to Calvin Jaworski. Calvin's here on this left side, has a nice height advantage over Cruikshank. Alex Smith in at quarterback, Cole Johnson to the backfield, Osborne and Doty back there as well. Johnson works his way through a couple defenders and is pushed down to about the 49-yard line. Brings up second down at about 7 or 6. Johnson again, busts through a hole, and Johnson's got a first down and more for Grinnell. First Edward Jones first down of the quarter. Another thing you talk about fatigue. Grinnell's offense moving quick like this, going to try to keep Tama on their toes as much as they can. Johnson again. Heavy dose of him to start this second half, and this time he's going to get tripped up, not much. About a yard or 2 or 3. Tama changes a couple on substitutions here on the defensive side. Grinnell keeps their main core in, with Johnson still in the backfield and that 2 fullback look up front. Cole again spins away from a tackler, and he's met by Kyler Smith. Positive yardage, though, gets up for about a 3rd down and 3 upcoming for the Tigers. And you're in go-for-it territory, so 4 downs is a given at this situation. Cole's been a workhorse tonight. I expect him to go right back to him, and that's exactly what they do. Cole finds another line, and he's going to have the first down. Edward Jones first down for Grinnell. The Tigers keep moving the chains. They'll close in on the red zone. First down and 10 from the 25 is where they're going to mark it. It's all Cole Johnson this drive. Not looking to change much. There's the loose ball, and Alex Smith hops on top of it, and the yardage that Grinnell gets has to drive right backwards, and now we might see a little bit of the passing game. That's the second time tonight a bad snap has cost Grinnell, and Alex Smith will check out of the ball game. Colin Gibson comes in, and if you're a defense, you almost got to know what's coming here.
Yeah, you do.
Got to pay attention here to this near side. Colin has loved Calvin Jaworski tonight with Cruikshank right here playing that man coverage. Colin looks right towards him. Jaworski on a catch to the outside, stiff arms a man, keeps going, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10 upcoming. When I was talking with Tony this week, he kind of jokingly said, I was like, so when you got Colin in, what's his philosophy? And he's like, well, I kind of just tell Colin who to look at, where to throw, and that's what we do. He's like, we've not quite got him to the whole, let's scan the field and look. Cole Johnson with the lane. Another big gain and a first down for Grinnell. Edward Jones first down and a Poly Eyes red zone trip for the Tiger offense. Make sure to stop in to Poly Eyes, get yourself a pizza, some spaghetti, some cavatelli. Alex Smith busts through a hole again and spins forward. He's going to be close to the marker. I think just a yard short, maybe inches short. Kyler Smith has literally been the last man there to get that Tiger offense. Grinnell has gone running all the way except the one pass. Smith again with the lane. Brought down. That is going to be a first, though. Another Edward Jones first down for Grinnell. It'll be first and goal from the 6, I believe. From the 3, not the 6. Johnson in the backfield, high snap. Cole gets it and stumbles in. Touchdown, Grinnell. That drive was all under the legs of Cole Johnson. And a well put together drive by Grinnell.
Yeah, that's a Cole Johnson that was absent last week, so it's definitely good to see back in the running field and splitting those duties up.
Calvin Jaworski will line up for the extra point. Grinnell failed on a 2-point conversion earlier in the night. Snap. Kick is blocked. Kyler Smith speeds into the backfield and shuts down that Grinnell scoring threat. Calvin wanted a flag of some sort, but he's not going to get it. 26-7, Grinnell leads.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by West Finch Auto Plaza. Stop out to West Finch Auto Plaza on their special of the month, offering great trade-in appraisals.
Grinnell leads South Tama 26-7. Update from around the state. Iowa City High on top of Ames in the Cyhawk game 21-3. Cyclones looking in a little bit of trouble here. City High looking for their second win in a row in that series. Here's Lugo. He's going to break a couple tackles and spin forward, and that's a really positive gain for South Tama, who just, despite giving up the score, Kyler Smith with his field goal block, just not quite letting Grinnell get away yet. South Tama had one play tonight. Two plays, really. The big one over the middle to Jordan Bly to start the game. And then the Gavin Bridgewater run for a touchdown. Those were two huge, huge plays. South Tama's looking to continue that as the night goes on. Collar fumbles the ball. It's on the ground, and Grinnell's going to have it. That thing came out last second. Not sure who knocked it out, but Collar lost it as he fell, and was it?
Tristan Stark was one that fell on it. It's kind of a bobble there. Was Josh the hit, John? You know what?
It's going to be really tough to tell on the replay, solely because it was so far back there. But either way, forced turnover. First down and 10 for Grinnell. Alex, short throw to Cole Johnson. He's got a wide open Brady Stewart downfield. Comes back for it. Caught. First down, Grinnell. In the Poly Eyes red zone they go. Haven't tried that play for a little bit. It also hasn't worked quite like they've wanted it to this year, but they'll take it there. Grinnell's on the move, looking to put their foot on the gas here in the second half. Grinnell lines up quick again. Everybody's set. This time Alex Smith keeps, and he's wrapped down immediately from behind by Collar.
Here, let's take a quick clarity eye care look right there.
Thing just pops out at the very end. He was close to going down, yeah. Just close to going down.
Josh Osborne with the rip on that one. Good reach in there by Josh.
Second down and 9 for Grinnell inside the Poly Eyes red zone. Alex fakes, goes short. Wide open Will Doty in the flat. Doty has wheels. Touchdown, Grinnell. I tell you what, he doesn't look like he's that fast, but man, when he gets going, it's hard to catch him. 32-7.
Nice ending around there.
Beautiful fake. Doty was wide open in the flat. And Grinnell looks like they're going for 2 here. Only reason I would think they would go for 2 is to just get the score back to what it would have been. Even if you didn't miss a couple or you missed the field goal, at least try to get back your 3 points that you're missing. Brady Stewart's way out right. Johnson to the back with Smith. Smith looks corner. Calvin Johnson, one-handed grab.
Jaworski. Calvin Jaworski.
Calvin Jaworski. That's my bad. I don't know why I can say Calvin Johnson. That was a Calvin Johnson catch. That was a Calvin Johnson-like catch. That was beautiful. One-handed, got it back. I tell you what, when we put it on the highlight reel at the end of the year, we'll just take the audio out of that one.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and a locally owned pharmacy provides you with personal service from folks who know you and your good health needs. We accept most insurance plans, including most of the Medicare prescription drug plans. And we are there to answer all of your healthcare questions. So why not make the switch to a locally owned and operated pharmacy? Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell on Highway 6 West.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by the Medicap, and let's take a quick Clarity Eye Care look at that play.
Nice little fade. Calvin just keeps backing up. One-handed grab right there in the end zone. Beautiful.
Nice and pretty there. That instant replay is brought to you by Clarity Eye Care. Clarity Eye Care. Scott and Kara Collins. Stop in and see him. 146 at 6th Avenue.
34-7. Grinnell on top of South Tama. Grinnell has not quite got all personnel on the field, so they're going to run the last person out here. Jaworski will send it deep. Ball picked up on a bounce. Lugo fights to the edge and tumbles forward. He'll set up shop at about the 25-yard line for South Tama. Calvin Jaworski has been a menace tonight, and he sure has looked like Calvin Johnson.
Well, he's been Calvin Johnson for 4 catches anyway.
Looking like Megatron out there. First down and 10 from the 25 for South Tama. Trying to get their offense back in rhythm here. Kyler Smith in the shotgun. Collar to the edge. Spins a couple tackles. First down, South Tama. I think that will be a very big thing Grinnell will look at on film this week. They are getting beat on the edge.
Josh is walking with a little limp there. He's going to go to the sideline, stretch it out.
A couple of guys were getting stretched out on the sideline there earlier.
Kidnick Johnson comes in, replace him. Inside linebacker position.
Short carry to this near side, and a nice little carry, if that. They'll set up at about a 2nd down and 4. Trojans slowly but surely trying to work their way downfield. Grinnell's opponent next week, North Polk, trails ADM 35-13. And Newton moves to 3-0 on the season, 42-7 win over Marshalltown. I've said it all year. I am glad we're not playing Newton, and I'm glad we're not playing Oski this year. Collar caught up in a herd of defenders. I tell you what, he was spun forward, and he's going to have the first down.
Yeah. There on the opposite side of the field, Calvin Jaworski. Nice little stand up, rolling them down.
I tell you one thing I've loved tonight. We saw it just there with Jordan Bly. South Tama has helped a lot of Grinnell players up after plays tonight. It's been very nice to see. He did not get the first. It's about 3rd and a couple change. Third and inches. Bridgewater goes in motion. Kyler keeps on the read option, and that should be enough for the first. Barely. Didn't need much. And it is a first for South Tama.
Tristan Stark with a nice little hit in there off that right sideline.
Tell you one game that I've been keeping an eye on. It's one of our varsity bound games of the week. Riverside versus Mount Ayr. Riverside was up 28-6. They now lead 28-25. Mount Ayr is on the comeback. First down and 10 from the 47 for South Tama. Bridgewater keeps to the right side and is run right out of bounds. That was Calvin Jaworski came up and tried to make the play there on Bridgewater, but Bridgewater, he's a big guy. He's not easy to bring down. 6'1". I think that's what they have him listed as. Yep, 6'1", 210. What if I told you he's only a sophomore? Bright future here for South Tama. I tell you what, a couple of good sophomores here.
Yeah, you know, you add a little bit of numbers to the team that you could spread this out and give a few people some breaks.
Bridgewater keeps on a option, bounces his way forward. Kyler Smith is currently on the sidelines. He's getting stretched out here. I assume it's just a cramp, but they're checking him out here, trying to get him straightened out. So that's why Gavin Bridgewater's taking snaps here.
Osborne and Stark on that tackle.
Pella Christian defeats PCM 21-7. Shout out to Pella Christian. The Eagles are 3-0. 3rd down and 2. Bridgewater breaks a couple tackles, works his way forward. Another 1st down. I like this kid.
I tell you what, he doesn't stop his feet, and you know, for every coach, when you're looking out there, that's what you want them to do, is just keep their feet churning.
A little bit bigger than Peyton Vest, but he seems to have the heart of Peyton, I tell you what. One person, that is one player I miss watching in this rivalry. Peyton was so fun to watch here for Tama over the last couple of years. Good to see he's gone doing great stuff here. 1st down and 10, Bridgewater in the gun again. Collar in motion. There's going to be a false start, and they're just going to blow the play dead. Took a little bit for them to blow that. They kind of let him play a little bit and then thought less of it. First down and 15 is the new spot from the 42. Next week, Grinnell is headed to Benton. No, they're not. They're at home playing Benton. Not an easy schedule. Grinnell was able to take down Benton, but the Bobcats, I think, are taking care of Marion tonight. Blitz coming. Josh Osborne and company wraps Bridgewater down. Not an easy task. They finally do bring him down once they blow the play dead. That's Bridgewater being able to stay up on his feet right there.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Just looking at Tama's schedule, Hampton, Dumont, Cal late in the season, Charles City, they're 2-0. Hampton, Dumont's 2-0. Center Point, Urbana, West Delaware, Independence, Benton. Not easy, that's for sure. 2nd down and 23 will be the call. Grinnell gets North Polk next week on the road. And then they're back here to take on Washington. The Demons come to town. Bridgewater in trouble, ball's out! Picked up on the ground. Does Grinnell have it? They do! It fell right into the lap of a couple D linemen, and finally it was picked up by Dominic Clayton.
One of those plays right there.
Was that Josh who came in from behind? Somebody came up and it knocked the ball free. Ethan Walker has a little bit of a limp. They're going to call a timeout. Or South Tama's going to call a timeout, and Grinnell will get the ball. They force another turnover. We'll be right back.
Hello, Tiger Nation. Skip Lowe with North Risk Partners, Bernie Loan Associates. So glad you could join us for this game and this little timeout. You know, the undeniable truth is the world is shifting, and I would say for the better. Please come join me. We'd love to find the captured capital within your benefit plans, within any insurance that you provide to yourself or your family members. Go Tigers, go Grinnell, let's win together.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by North Risk Partners and Bernie Lowe Associates. And this timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones, Mark Paul Copeland. Blake, let's take a quick look at that fumble real quick on the Clarity Eye Care.
Good pressure off the edge. Ball just pops right in the air.
I can't see who that is coming right there around the backside.
I think it might have been Josh coming off the edge. Just grabs Bridgewater's right arm. Ball pops free. It falls into somebody's lap perfectly.
Actually, it looks like number, is it a 34 or 36?
Maybe Will Doty. Then the ball pops free again, and finally Grinnell hops on top of it. Either way, it's a forced turnover, and Grinnell gets great field position starting at the 36. Brady Stewart in motion. High snap again. Look out. Johnson steps on top of it, and another big loss by Grinnell. That is the third time tonight a bad snap has cost him. And if it wasn't for the score the way it is, these would be so costly to Grinnell. It's something they're going to have to clean up. You know, we've noticed, Dad, or maybe some have noticed, more cramps are starting to happen around the field. You're starting to see it. Dominic Clayton was getting stretched out there during that timeout. There were a couple guys getting stretched out. Josh Osborne was having a couple problems. Definitely could be an issue late in this ball game. 2:06 remaining here in the third quarter. There is confusion on Grinnell's sideline. They're going to call a timeout. We'll take one with them. 34-7. Tigers on top of South Tama.
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by the Dairy Barn, and this timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Copeland. Stop down and visit them at 714 4th Avenue.
34-7, Grinnell on top of South Tama. Couple score updates. Solon and Williamsburg tied 14-14. Pella on top of Indianola 24-21, and that's pretty interesting because Indianola has looked solid the last couple weeks. Pella might be starting to find their groove. Alex Smith, QB draw, put to the turf. I have never seen a botched snap, I think, go that far back. That was a long, far botched snap. It's now 3rd down and 33. The first down marker is all the way up at the 25-yard line, and Grinnell is currently at the 41.
That's a hike.
No Colin Gibson in, so it's going to have to be an Alex Smith throw if they're going to it. Never mind, Colin is in. I didn't see him there. Colin short fires over the middle and just too low. Brady Stewart can't get there. Grinnell will be forced to punt. Tell you what, the score, I mean, says different, but there has been a couple of very impressive stops here by South Tama's defense.
It's been a good game.
It has been. I mean, I know the score. I know what you're thinking. You're looking at the scoreboard and you're like, no, there's no way. It has been a good game. Fairfield looks like they will not be undefeated anymore. Jeremy has retweeted that Fort Madison is up 48-7 over the Trojans. So Fairfield undefeated no more. North Polk is going to fall to 1-2 on the season as that punts down to way back on that far sideline at about the about 15-yard line maybe. Iowa City High up 29-3 against Ames. Little Hawkeyes doing work over there. First down and 10 from the 15 is where they'll set up with 1:15 remaining here in the third quarter for the South Tama offense. I think Bridgewater is still in at quarterback. He's under center. South Tama gets away with a false start, and the push of the pile goes forward for about 5. I want to thank everyone for watching tonight on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. South Tama fan, Grinnell fan, we appreciate every single one of you. If you like what you see, leave a like on the video. You can always subscribe if you're a Grinnell Tiger fan and you want to get notifications when our videos go live. You can always hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe logo. You'll be notified every single time we post. Got a volleyball game coming up this week against the Pella Dutch. First volleyball game of the season. My dad will be on the call with special...
Chris Juni will be joining us.
Chris Juni will be joining us. I think that is Lugo over there who was able to break free out of a couple tackles. He knows he probably could have gotten free, but not enough. It'll drop him back about 2. 3rd down and 6 coming up. But yeah, volleyball. Exciting. I'll be watching from Grandview. We're off next week. Grinnell's at North Polk. We'll be back for the Washington game on the 24th. Busy schedules around here. That's the end of the quarter. 34-7, Grinnell on top of South Tama.
Life at the Mayflower community can be anything and everything you want it to be. From their first-class facilities featuring traditional apartments, patio homes, and the newly added water tower apartments for independent living, to the healthcare services including assisted living, healthcare center, or rehab, complemented with food service options, exercise areas, administrative and nursing staff support, and the beautiful campus scenery. Visit today or give us a call and you will find out quickly that the Mayflower community is a place to call home. Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Mayflower Community Homes and the Dairy Barn, and our fourth quarter is brought to you by Brent Nickel State Farm.
3rd down and 6. 34-7. Grinnell leads over South Tama. Welcome to the fourth quarter. Handoff. Nowhere. I can't even tell who it was. I think it was Lugo over there. Did not get very far. It'll be 4th down and 6 upcoming, it looks like. No continuous clock, as the Grinnell not up over 35 yet. Last week we finished at about this time.
Yeah.
That game was quick last week. Stewart and Smith back to receive. I wonder if Grinnell would get comfortable enough to put in backups yet, just to try to conserve, but doubt they'll try that yet. Papakis sends it high in the air. Not going to get an easy wind turn, and that is a bad bounce. Grinnell gets great field position as Lugo hops the top of it. At about the 32-33 yard line, that is where Grinnell will set up shop.
That's just a bad luck punt right there.
Sometimes you just get those bad bounces. Looking for other scores. Waverly Shellrock defeats West Liberty 31-14. The Go Hawks move to 3-0 on the season. Pella up 31-24 over Indianola. Calvin Jaworski on that far side. Caught it! I looked up last second. I didn't think the play was going yet. Calvin Jaworski again. Colin Gibson again with another connection to him. And Grinnell is down, I think, right at the 1. They're right in the Poly Eyes red zone, and that's an Edward Jones first down. I was trying to check scores. Cole Johnson. Touchdown, Grinnell. Grinnell putting their foot on the gas here as we start the fourth quarter, extending the lead to 40-7 over the Trojans. Grinnell looking for their 4th straight win against South Tama, and they're on or out tonight. Calvin Jaworski on to attempt the extra point here. I tell you, Calvin is going to be a problem here the next couple weeks at wide receiver. Very impressive tonight, as we're going to have a false start that's going to push Grinnell back just a little bit. Give Calvin a little bit extra of a challenge here. High snap. Kick is good. 41-7. Grinnell on top of South Tama. We'll be right back.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by ASI Signs.
41-7. It is Grinnell on top of South Tama. The Battle of the Helmets rivalry game coming to a close as I look to that far end zone. Sitting on a bench over there, looks like Chris Kaufman's guarding it, is the Helmets trophy, waiting for its place for the end of the ball game. Grinnell will kick back off to the Trojans with 10 minutes and 58 seconds remaining on the game clock. Crowd has stayed pretty strong tonight. Student section has been great. I even see a couple heads over there, bobbleheads almost. Great turnout by Grinnell student section tonight. That one sails into the end zone and down for a touchback. So next week, South Tama heads back home for homecoming. The Benton Bobcats head to the Tama-Toledo area to take on the Trojans. Our man beside us, Jeremy, unofficially has Calvin Jaworski at around 124 yards receiving tonight. He only had 57 coming into tonight's ball game. I think Bridgewater still in under center. He'll pitch outside to Collar, and Collar turns the corner and is still up and finally goes down. If I haven't said enough about Gavin Bridgewater tonight, I'll say another. Man's playing quarterback, and he was the first one out over there to lay blocks.
I was about ready to say the exact same thing.
My goodness. Hard-working man. I'm glad we get to see him for 2 more years after this. Yeah, it does look like most of our secondaries have checked in for Grinnell. There's a couple starters in there. Will Doty's still up there. Braden Blackford's here on this near side. Rhett Nagel's back in there. I think maybe Brock Heischman's over there. I'm not sure. There's going to be a timeout taken here by the Trojans. We'll take one with them. 41-7, Grinnell on top.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza, and this timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones. Stop in and see Mark and Paul Copeland.
Out of the timeout, 41-7, 10-10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Grinnell on top of South Tama in the Battle of the Helmets game. Update from Ames, 36-3. Iowa City High on top of the Little Cyclones, or the Cyclones, I should say. I think they go Little Cyclones. Are they? I mean, I guess they're both Little Hawkeyes and Little Cyclones.
Yeah.
Can't copy the main teams, I guess. That carry was upfield for about 7. 3rd down and 3 will be the call for Tama here. Third and 4 from the 26. Grinnell puts 3 up on the line. two DNs right there with them. Man in motion for the Trojans. Bridgewater rolls, and he is going to be close, still pushing, and he finally goes down. It takes about 3 guys to bring him down. He is short. It'll be 4th down and 1. I feel like this is 4-down territory for Tama, but you never know. Number 21 is in. That is Cyrus Mathis, the sophomore fullback / linebacker, 5'7", 155 pounds. He was in there running that fullback position.
Looks like Stone Jepson in on the defensive line there.
Tama looks ready to run the play if they got it. 4th down and 2. Almost ran into each other trying to break out of the snap. They only got 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Tama will call a timeout. I believe that is their last timeout. We'll take one with them. 41-7, Grinnell on top.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual, and they are also our scoreboard sponsors for all sports all season long. So thank you to the Grinnell Mutual.
41-7, Grinnell on top of South Tama. 4th down and 2 for the Trojans. They put 3 wide receivers here to the left. Bridgewater in the back. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a QB draw. And it is. Bridgewater might not have gotten there. It's close. It is really close. Might have to bring out the chain gang. Nope. Looks like it's going to be a first. Trojans move the chains. 1st down, South Tama. Trying to get a score update for Harlan and Sergeant Bluff Luton here. I have not seen anything tonight from these two teams. Which you'd think you would, considering it's a pretty good team, but oh my gosh, never mind. 55-26.
And who's that they're playing?
Sergeant Bluff Luton?
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, I feel great now. My goodness. Should have bought stock. That was a handoff delay that Bridgewater kept himself. It wasn't supposed to be. Gavin cuts upfield. Ball comes out last second. Hopped on, and Grinnell gets the turnover. Jacob Lowe hops on it. And Bridgewater just couldn't hang on. Grinnell fans might hate me for saying this, but I feel for him because he turned on that thing, and he was about to take off.
Yeah, it was almost kind of a
It was
play in the beginning.
It wasn't supposed to go. It wasn't supposed to be a quarterback keeper, and Gavin kept it and just got punched out at the end. But they say South Tama recovered. I did not think South Tama recovered.
Really?
Okay, never mind. Collar with the carry. He breaks away, and there goes Collar. 5 touchdown, South Tama. Bowden Collar, the senior.
Kaler's the last name.
Collar. It doesn't look like how it's spelled. Bowden Kaler, touchdown for South Tama. Fought off Jacob Lowe, worked his way to the end zone, and South Tama grabs another score. Indianola takes back the lead, 38-31 against Pella. Snap, hold, kick is good. 41-14. Grinnell on top.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by West Finch Auto Plaza.
Grinnell on top, 41-14 over the South Tama Trojans. Odin Kaler with the big touchdown run there. Valley defeats Urbandale in overtime, 21-14. Iowa City High leads 43-3 as Iowa City High's running back looks like he's putting on an absolute clinic. I'll be interested to see those numbers by the end of the night. Ankeny Centennial's coach Jerry Pazzetti is now the all-time leading coach-winning leader in the state of Iowa. Congratulations to Jerry. That's a lot of wins.
Yep, the original Ankeny Hawks coach, long time ago.
He was coaching when you were playing, wasn't he?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. South Tama's thinking onside kick here. And it is an onside, and nicely put down by Tristan Stark to hang on to it. So, interesting stat in this rivalry. The last time the loser scored more than 20 points in this game, you'd have to go all the way back to 2016 when Grinnell put up 27 in a 53-27 loss. After that, you'd have to go all the way to 2013 when Tama put up 28 in a 54-28 loss. There's your interesting stat for the night. On the fly. Timeout Grinnell, 41-14. We'll take our break.
There are a lot of great reasons to make Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell your pharmacy. Hi, this is Jennifer Stallman, and a locally owned pharmacy provides you with personal service from folks who know you and your good health needs. We accept most insurance plans, including most of the Medicare prescription drug plans. And we are there to answer all of your healthcare questions. So why not make the switch to a locally owned and operated pharmacy? Medicap Pharmacy in Grinnell on Highway 6 West.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Medicap Pharmacy, and this timeout is brought to you by Edward Jones. Stop down and see Mark and Paul Copeland.
Grinnell leads 41-14 over South Tama. This is Colin Gibson in the game. He'll hand off to, I believe, Josh Osborne. Now Osborne gets upfield for about 2 or 3. Update from around our district. Clear Creek Amana leads Washington 34-8. Who's in the backfield here for Grinnell? It is number 24, Kinnick Johnson. So yes, most backups here in the secondary at least are in. High snap, Kinnick picks it up, or Gibson picked it up, gives it to Kinnick, and Kinnick gets back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down. Grinnell taking their time, that's for sure on this drive, just letting the clock keep ticking down. No real rush. Trying to get Colin Gibson more snaps here, that's for sure. Doing what he can. 6:10 remaining on 3rd down. Blitz coming, Colin chucks it downfield, Braden Blackford in the breadbasket, touchdown Grinnell.
That was a nice pass.
I tell you what, this Colin Gibson kid, he's got an arm.
Holy cats. Hasn't played football since when?
7th
grade.
Decides his senior year, I'm going to try football. I want to do it. He's out here throwing dots tonight. Very impressive performance by number 7. Gotta think we might be seeing more of him as the season goes on, but that's the thing. You got Alex Smith, who's also just a nice 1-2 punch. Gotta like it. Jaworski will attempt the extra point. I keep saying that. Up and good. 48-14. Grinnell on top of South Tama.
Low Tiger Nation, Skip Lowe with North Risk Partners, Bernie Loan Associates. So glad you could join us for this game and this little timeout. You know, the undeniable truth is the world is shifting, and I would say for the better. Please come join me. We'd love to find the captured capital within your benefit plans, within any insurance that you provide to yourself or your family members. Go Tigers, go Grinnell, let's win together.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by North Risk Partners and Bernie Lowe Associates.
You got a replay of that? Maybe. If you don't, it's fine. But that was a really good throw. Colin Gibson doing it all tonight. Braden Blackford coming up huge.
Right here, let's take a quick look.
Pretty simple, gets a lot of time. Braden blows right past his defender.
Right in the basket.
Perfectly placed.
That instant replay is brought to you by Clarity Eye Care. Stop down and see Scott and Kara Collins.
48-14, 6 minutes to go. Grinnell in control over the South Tama Trojans. Deep kick sent back. Lugo picks it up on the bounce. And he'll come racing toward midfield. Runs into a herd of defenders. And South Tama's offense will trot back out. This will be the fourth straight year Grinnell will have put up 48 or more against South Tama. And before South Tama's 4-game winning streak, Grinnell put up 49 and 54 back in 2012 and 2013. So usually one of the teams is going to score pretty high, that's for sure. And this year for Grinnell, back to another solid victory form. 5 minutes and 52 seconds. First down and 10 from the 25. I form. Fullback carry here. And I cannot tell who that is. Maybe Papaki, but I can't tell. Maybe Jacob Collison, I think. Also, another note there for Braden Blackford. That is his first ever varsity touchdown. Congratulations. It's the season of giving. Brought to you by Colin Gibson. Second down and 8. Another handoff up the middle, and Collison, I think, again, pushing his way through. No, that time it was Papaki. Rudy and Jacob are just pulling this line here. Grinnell was already having troubles trying to bring down Bridgewater. Final from Ames. Iowa City High defeats the Cyclones 43-5. Big safety to end the ball game. Another big push by Grinnell's defensive line, and South Tama's offense really just trying to move the ball. I think that was Papaki that time, or maybe they just keep going back and forth. It's hard to tell the number because they're both 55-56. I think that was Collison. It was. So Tama's going with the fullback dive route. ADM up 38-20 over Grinnell's opponent next week, North Polk. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. First and 10. Bridgewater under center. This time he hands off to Papaki. I tell you what, Tama's getting just nice little chunk plays. Yeah. We kind of saw that with Harlan last week a little bit, but Tama has had 2 big plays tonight. And that's really been all their action where it's come from in the first and second quarter, but showing definitely some good signs, especially with the youth that's on the field right now. Kaler again in the open field, stiff arms low, and Kaler continues to show his poise at the running back position.
Bradley Hay with the saving touchdown tackle there.
Kaler, the senior, making his presence known here, just giving South Tama more life, trying to get them A little bit of a boost. That's a nice 1-2 punch. Kaler and Bridgewater right back in there. Kyler Smith, by the way, now just on the sideline. Looks like he has his pads off here. Papa Key gets brought down. Looked like maybe a face mask that Grinnell gets lucky on. Pulled down. Give him about 4 or 5. As the clock continues to tick down, 2:50 remaining. High form. Papa Key, nowhere. That time it was, I believe, Will Doty, maybe. I can't see the number.
23, Will Burkett.
Will Burkett. He was there. I mean, he was right there when Papa Key got the carry. Nice play to end up in the backfield, that's for sure.
Loss of 1 yard.
Somebody sounds like they're falling down the stairs upstairs. I like the 4 backfield look here for South Tama. True I formation. Bridgewater hands off to Kaler, and Kaler spins forward. It'll be 4th down and 5, and this is most definitely 4-down territory for the Trojans. If you're a betting man, Kansas is down 26 as Jeremy shakes his head. The line was 26. They're up 27. So if you're a betting man, that's a very important bet right now. I have to laugh because Jeremy's a Kansas fan. I form. Bridgewater fakes. Naked bootleg. Gets outside. Bridgewater turns the corner. Stiff arm. He is close and out of bounds. There is nothing better than a naked bootleg, I tell you what. And Gavin performed it to perfection. North Polk's making things interesting. 38-27 late in the 4th quarter there against ADM. I form for Tama. 1st and goal from the 4. Bridgewater. And a push through. Touchdown, South Tama, Rudy Papaki. How about this Trojans team here late? Not giving up. They'll crack 20. And the trend is broken from the stat I said earlier. Gotta like it, though, if you're Coach Dorn. No quit out of your offense. Trying to get points when you can and do what you can do. All 3 games now this year, Grinnell have given up more than 20. Tama's having trouble finding their personnel right now. They still have time, though. 10 seconds on the clock. Snap pulled. Kick is blocked. And by blocked, I mean probably hit off the helmet of Stone Jepson, who was very excited. And I think Stone blocked it with his helmet. Sometimes you just take it.
Good old head block.
48-20. And it's like Jeremy tweeted out, looks like for the 3rd time in 4 years, Grinnell will score 48 exactly against the Trojans. Grinnell has started the I believe that we will win chance. As you'd expect, probably just a run out here once they get the ball back. If Tama might try to onside kick here, you never know. But that trophy sitting down over there by the goal line, just past the goal post. We'll get a video of it when they get it here in a second. Grinnell will move to 2-1 on the season. South Tama will fall to 1-2. They'll host Benton next week for their homecoming. Grinnell's headed to North Polk, Allman, Polk City, whatever you want to call it. They're headed there next week to take on the Comets, who fall to ADM this evening. Rhett Nagel picks up the squib kick and just drops to the ground. Safe play there by Rhett. Grinnell's offense back out on the field. John makes a good observation. Grinnell starters are back in. Highly doubt they're going to try anything here as the fireworks are going off from the campground. Grinnell takes the knee, and the clock will continue to tick down, and there will be one more play for the Tigers. Well, it's been 24 years since Steve Kriegel passed away. The effects that he left on both Grinnell and South Tama still being felt to this day. And this trophy, just one small part of the legacy that he has built for both these schools, what he's meant to both these communities. For the 4th year in a row, the Battle of the Helmets is headed and staying in Grinnell. Tama won 4 in a row 4 years ago. Grinnell gets them back. Score, maybe a little bit bigger than it was, but what a fight. What a game. Grinnell defeats South Tama 48-20 is your final score. John will zoom out here as Grinnell will turn the corner. Bruce Kriegel leading the line. He'll turn and probably head over that trophy over here. Unless they wait, they're going to go over to this right side a little bit, probably chat. We'll stay right here so you can see the celebration. I promise you want to see it. Bruce is fired up over there. What a night. Bruce Kriegel, Jim Dunn, both inducted into the Grinnell High School Hall of Fame. Jim Dunn elected or put into the Iowa High School Hall of Fame. They'll point over to the trophy here and get ready to run right towards it. Unless South Tama waits for it. We'll see if they're in the way here. As Bruce will come walking over. Chris Kaufman over here on this left side. And Bruce says, let's wait for South Tama to cross.
True man of respect right there.
They did say it was a battle between friends. As South Tama will come walking back over here. And we'll pan the camera over. And there's the trophy. Battle of the Helmets will stay in Grinnell for the 4th straight year. What a trophy. On the back, so on the, if you haven't seen it, the trophy is the 2 helmets from, I believe, obviously from the 90s.
I think they're older than that.
Well, I mean, they're old, but
that's
it is
older than the helmet that I have.
There's Bruce Kriegel. pumping the trophy up in there. It's the 2 trophies, a Grinnell Tiger, or 2 helmets, Grinnell Tiger helmet and a South Tama helmet. On the back is 3 little pictures of Steve Kriegel. Says Battle of the Helmets, and on the back in Sharpie is written the final score of each game in the installment. And they even put the 2012 playoff game on there, which is interesting because it technically did not count, but still very cool. So it is a wrap for us this evening here on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Grinnell is victorious 48-20. They move to 2-1 on the season with a win over South Tama. South Tama falls to 1-2 on the season. They will go back home for homecoming next week and take on Benton Community. Good luck to the Trojans the rest of the way. Our respect is in the highest regard for South Tama. I have 2 other favorite high school football teams in the state besides Grinnell, and it's the South Tama Trojans and the Nevada Cubs. Go South Tama the rest of the way. Grinnell goes to North Polk next week. The Comets are 1-2. Grinnell is 2-1. That'll be a good game before Grinnell comes back on the 24th of September to take on the Washington Demons for their homecoming matchup. It's a final, 48-20. Grinnell is the winner of the Heroes, not the Heroes Trophy, Battle of the Helmets, as they'll run back to the locker room. It's a so long from us. Everyone have a great weekend. Go Hawkeyes, beat Iowa State, and we will be back on the 14th of September. What date is that, Dad? Is that what day is that? I believe it'd be a Tuesday.
For volleyball, yes.
Yes, so we'll be back Tuesday night for volleyball. Grinnell girls volleyball taking on Pella. And then we'll be back the 24th to take on Washington on the football side. It's a final. Grinnell defeats South Tama 48-20. We appreciate everyone for watching tonight. Blake Walker, Dan Walker, John Osborne running our camera. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, and go Tigers.